I started out, I wouldn't say the most solid platform. Bought a 1991 Toyota Cressida for $600 from a buddy in Wisconsin.
Started looking up on Craigslist and found a RB25 missiled out S14 chassis.
I'm sitting on a 1990 RX-7. This is what I started with, not necessarily this chassis, RX-7s in general.
And every car is going to react differently depending on your alignment setup and how much power you have, what PSI is in your tire. Every car has its own characteristics.
Everyone doesn't go out the first time and just do a sick run their first run. They spin out, they stall out, they have issues. You get better as you do it. It takes time though.
But you're not going to know until you get in that driver's seat, push your foot on that gas and come into a corner.
You can watch people do it, you can pick up on how people would initiate, how you carry out turns. But the best way to learn is just doing it yourself. With drifting, if you're gonna get into it, I mean, there's a lot of great platforms right out of factory, like your 350Z, your 370Z, 240s. You see kids in Fox bodies, you got G bodies, you got all these American classics.
Essentially, any vehicle rear-wheel drive you can get into and essentially start drifting. You got your rear-wheel drive, any chassis. First thing I would recommend doing is suspension. Suspension's a huge part. It really controls how your car is going to act.
With coilovers, it helps a lot because you adjust your ride height, you can adjust your stiffness, your dampening, all those things.
Second one would be actually a good seat to keep you in the car and keep you a part of the car. You don't want to be flying around all inside the chassis.
When you're in a race seat, it gives you just more freedom to just drive.
The third thing I would do is a welded diff. You want to keep that thing consistently spinning both wheels at the same time.
Originally, when I first started drifting, I had a LST differential. The problem with that is it doesn't always lock up all the time. So when you're drifting, it can unlock and be very unpredictable. Really good idea to do a welded diff if you can.
So with front tires, I guess you want a nice softer play tire so it has that grip, doesn't really allow it to understeer.
I actually run the Nanking NS25. Some people like to run the Federal 595s. They are a really good front grip tire. I mean, it's all about kind of trial and error, kind of feel every tire out that you think.
Tire pressure can be a big thing. A lot of newer guys will run higher pressure in the rear, like say 50, 60 pounds, to make the rear end a little more loose. And then the front's a little bit lower to say 30 pounds, so you got a little more grip in the front. So when you're sitting at grid and you're about to start, ideally just, throw it in first gear, hold your clutch in, go. Ideally second or third gear will work great. And when you get up to that first initiation, you can throw it with inertia and let the clutch fly.
So like if you want to drift right, you turn left. If you want to drift left, you turn right.
You have a hydro, you can pull the hydro and give it a little flick and send it from there and counter steer out. Now that we told you the basics on how to drift and get started, come check out BIR. There's tons of events there, like Wednesday night drifting, proving grounds, power cruise.
Brainerd has endless amounts of events that provide nothing but seat time, great environment, lots of humble people.
If you put your mind to being out there, that would teach you so much in just a weekend.
When you're learning how to drift, don't worry about what people are watching you or what you're doing wrong. Just keep doing it and you'll get better as you go. Everybody starts by spinning out a whole bunch. It's part of it.
It's a rush. It's different. It gets your adrenaline pumping.
I love it. I love going out there, being able to see friends I only see so many times a year because of these events. It really brings people together.